The Council of Eternal Harmony had not convened in full session for 973 standard cycles. There had simply been no need. The galaxy had achieved what our ancestors called the Perpetual Accord, 1,000 years of absolute peace, prosperity, and perfectly calibrated diplomatic balance. Until the humans showed up. I am Vex'thor, High Chancellor of the HFY Empire, and I have presided over 2 centuries of tedious committee meetings where the most controversial topic was whether to adjust trade tariffs by 0.03%. My job had become so boring that I had taken to calculating the exact number of scales on my ceremonial robes during sessions. 3,412, if anyone cares. But today was different. They did what? I asked, my throat sac inflating with barely contained disbelief. Ambassador Thrillnecks from the Corthan Dominion stood before the assembled council, his 6 eyes blinking in that nervous pattern that meant he was either terrified or had eaten bad fungus. They laughed, High Chancellor. When we delivered the formal declaration of hostilities, the human delegation laughed for approximately 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Laughed. I repeated, tasting the word like spoiled meat. Correct, Your Eminence. The one called Marcus, their chief diplomat, laughed so hard that fluid leaked from his eyes. Then he asked if we were, and I quote, doing a bit. Commander Zelvek, our military strategist who had not seen actual combat in 400 years, leaned forward. His mandibles clicked together in confusion. What is a bit? We do not know, Commander. Our linguistic databases suggest it is some form of human entertainment or deception. I pressed my primary manipulator against my forehead ridge. 3 months ago, humanity had accidentally destroyed one of our mining stations near the Helios cluster. They had been testing what they called a probably safe quantum drive modification. The station, along with 372 HFY engineers, had been vaporized instantly. The proper protocol was clear. We demanded reparations. They offered what they called a sincere my bad, and a gift basket containing something called cheese. Cheese. As if fermented bovine secretions could compensate for hundreds of lives. When we escalated to economic sanctions, they simply shrugged, that peculiar human gesture that apparently means everything from, I do not know, to I acknowledge your concern, but find it mildly amusing. Their economy barely noticed. Ours contracted by 18% because, as it turned out, human entertainment media had become inexplicably popular across 7-star systems. So we did what any rational collection of ancient, sophisticated civilizations would do. We declared war. Play the recording, I commanded. The holographic display flickered to life, showing the grand hall where our ultimatum had been delivered. 3 human representatives sat across from our delegation of 47 ambassadors, each representing a different member species of the council. We had dressed in our most intimidating ceremonial armor. Our ships darkened the sky above their capital. Our message had been broadcast across every human communication channel. Ambassador Kelvin of the Arcturus Federation, a being whose species had conquered 17 star systems before humanity had invented the wheel, stood tall. His voice resonated with the weight of 1,000 years of peace ending. Humanity, you have violated the sacred accord. You have brought destruction upon innocent lives. You have rejected our lawful demands. Therefore, by the unanimous vote of the Council of Eternal Harmony, we hereby declare a state of total war against your species. You have 72 hours to prepare your defenses. May the stars have mercy on your souls. The camera focused on Marcus, a human male with graying hair and a face that seemed permanently arranged in an expression our xenobiologists called smirking. He looked at his companions. They looked back at him. Then they started laughing. Not polite laughter. Not nervous laughter. Deep, genuine, gasping laughter that seemed to consume their entire bodies. The woman next to Marcus, identified as Captain Linda Hayes, actually fell out of her chair. The third human, a younger male named Private First Class Danny something, had to leave the room because he could not breathe properly. Marcus eventually composed himself, wiping his eyes. Wait, you are serious? Like, actually serious? We are absolutely serious, Kelvin had replied, his bioluminescent crest flaring with indignation. But you gave us 3 days to prepare? For a war? That you scheduled? Marcus dissolved into fresh laughter. Oh man, that is the most polite declaration of war I have ever heard. Do you guys need us to pencil you in? Should we check our calendars? Make sure we are not busy. The recording ended. Silence filled the council chamber like vacuum filling a breached hull. Perhaps, suggested Ambassador Quinshaw of the melodic hegemony, her voice tentacles quivering. Perhaps humans do not understand war. Their species is relatively young. Maybe they lack the proper context. Commander Zelvek's mandibles clicked rapidly. Our intelligence reports indicate humans have been at war with each other almost continuously for their entire recorded history. They understand war very well. Too well, perhaps. Then why do they laugh? I demanded. The answer came from an unexpected source. Junior analyst Pip, a small, nervous scrit who normally just filed reports, raised one furry paw. Permission to speak. Hi, Chancellor. Granted. I have studied human cultural databases extensively. I believe they are laughing because we warned them. The council chamber erupted in confused chittering, humming, and clicking. I raised my primary manipulator for silence. Explain. Pip's ears flattened against his skull. Humans do not warn their enemies before attacking. In their entire military history, successful human military operations are characterized by surprise, deception, and overwhelming sudden violence. The concept of giving an opponent time to prepare is considered, and I am translating directly here, monumentally stupid. My throat sac deflated completely. They think we are idiots, I said slowly. Yes, High Chancellor. I believe they do. The war began exactly 72 hours later, because we had said it would, and the Council of Eternal Harmony does not break its promises. Our fleet of 6,000 warships assembled at the designated coordinates near Earth's moon. We had battle cruisers from 47 different species, each one a masterpiece of engineering representing centuries of technological advancement. Our formation was perfect, our communication protocols flawless, our tactical projections calculated down to the microsecond. We waited for the human fleet to arrive. And waited. And waited. High Chancellor, Commander Zelvek's voice crackled through my command console. Scanners detect no human military vessels in the combat zone. Should we proceed to Earth orbit? Affirmative. Maintain formation Delta 7. Shields at maximum. Weapons primed. We advanced with appropriate caution. Every tactical manual from the past millennium emphasized proper procedure, measured responses, and adherence to the 1743 articles of civilized warfare. We would bombard their military installations first, of course, then their industrial centers. Then we would demand surrender. Very organized. Very proper. That is when my communications officer, a young VRYNN named Tixow, made a sound I had never heard before. A sort of strangled, choking noise. High Chancellor, we are receiving a transmission from Earth. Put it through. Marcus appeared on the screen again. He was wearing what humans call a bathrobe and holding a steaming beverage. Behind him, through a window, I could see our massive fleet descending toward his planet. He looked completely unconcerned. Hey there, Vex. Mind if I call you Vex? Listen, we really appreciate the heads up about the whole war thing. Super considerate. But we're going to have to take a rain check on the whole space battle extravaganza. My translator struggled with rain check and extravaganza, but I got the general meaning. You refuse to fight. Oh no. We are totally going to fight. Just, not the way you want us to. He took a sip of his beverage. See, we figured out something interesting about you guys. You have had peace for so long that you have forgotten what war actually is. War is not scheduling appointments and showing up in big, obvious formations. That is just target practice with extra steps. Your arrogance will be your downfall, human. We have 6,000 warships. Had, Marcus corrected. Past tense. Before I could respond, my tactical display exploded with warnings. Proximity alerts. Breaches. Internal explosions. Ships across our fleet began reporting critical malfunctions, reactor containment failures, and systems going offline. What is happening? I warned. Commander Zelvek's voice was strangled. They are inside our ships. The humans are inside our ships. Impossible. Our scanners detected nothing. Yeah, about that, Marcus said, still sipping his drink. Turns out when you politely announce you are coming to fight, and then spend 3 days slowly assembling your fleet, you give the other side plenty of time to, I do not know, infiltrate every single vessel with stealth teams. Your security is adorable, by the way. Very trusting. We appreciate that. My primary heart stopped beating. My secondary heart compensated, but barely. You cheated. Marcus laughed again. That same infuriating laugh. Cheated? Buddy, there is no cheating in war. There is winning and losing. You guys wrote 1,700 rules about how to fight fair. We wrote one rule: win. Guess which philosophy works better? Across my fleet, ships began surrendering. Not because they wanted to, but because human soldiers had captured their bridges, their engineering sections, their weapons arrays. They had been on our vessels the entire time, hiding in cargo bays, maintenance shafts, anywhere our complacent security forces had not bothered to check thoroughly. The Council will never accept this dishonor. I protested. The Council, Marcus set down his beverage, and his expression shifted to something colder. Killed 372 of my people in an accident, then got mad when we said sorry and tried to make it right. You escalated a tragedy into a conflict. You declared war because your pride got hurt, and you genuinely believed that giving us a warning made you civilized. He leaned closer to the camera. Let me tell you what humans learned after fighting each other for 10,000 years. Peace is not the absence of the ability to make war. Peace is the choice not to. You forgot the first part. We never forgot either part. We laughed because you woke up something you did not understand. You broke a peace we were maintaining not because we could not fight, but because we chose not to. The transmission ended. Within 6 hours, our entire fleet had surrendered. Not a single human casualty. 412 of our crew injured, mostly from tripping over human soldiers who appeared out of nowhere. The war lasted less than a day. The Council of Eternal Harmony convened in emergency session. We voted unanimously to accept every human demand, pay reparations for the war we started, and establish a permanent embassy on Earth. The humans accepted graciously. Marcus sent another gift basket. This one contains something called chocolate. I have been eating it for 3 days straight. It helps with the humiliation. Barely. Junior analyst Pip was right about everything. The humans did think we were idiots. And after reflection, careful analysis, and consuming my body weight in chocolate, I have reached an uncomfortable conclusion. They were correct. The 1,000-year peace is over, indeed. But not because war has come. Because we finally learned what peace actually costs. It requires the strength to fight and the wisdom not to. Humans have both. We had forgotten we needed either. Next council meeting, I am recommending mandatory military drills and hiring human consultants. Also, I need to find out where they get this chocolate. For morale purposes, of course. Strictly professional. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.